Hello, how are yous? No dress up today, I don't get to wear dress up. We are on Thursday. It is Thursday and tomorrow is go day and Niall yet again. He does it every month. We're continuing on our theme of presentation. We're going to look at our Scottish and Japanese brethren. Do you like that idea?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You like these ones in particular because these are shiny.
Yes.
These are definitely up Katie Street for collectability, isn't it?
Yes.
Because they just are pretty. Because we all know how much you like the pretty things in life.
Yeah, my schnauzer, Chester, he's so handsome. And my kids, they're beautiful too.
Anyhow. Scotch, we have always had this sort of weird relationship at Irish Whiskey Auctions with Scotch because people are constantly asking us about certain prices and all that. We always give an honest answer. I mean, you're ultimately always going to get a better price in the UK auction sites because they've got a bigger footprint, they're more established, they're well established for the Scottish market and all of that. But you've got to take into consideration...
Sorry, I'm just gonna
Lay it down.
I'm going to because they're just looking slightly precarious.
You're always going to get a slightly better price, but between exchange rates, getting the bottles over there, all of everything that's involved, there's probably not that much of a difference in the two. But we hold our own, and again, we welcome whiskies from all corners of the world. And we do sell them, and we get some decent prices for some.
And the Scotch is picking up.
The Scotch is picking up, yeah. And actually, I was just looking at something there because I see a fair few of the Lefroigs. So there's quarter cask there, and there's a few 10-year-olds. And something stuck in my head the other day about. I was talking to Robert, and I was saying about there's a Lefroig 10 went for a great price on one of the UK sites. I can't remember which. It was a pre-warrant. But when I look back at our own auction sites, we've had some of them pre-Royal Warrant 10-year-old Lefroigs, and they've done really well with us. So I think we can hold our heads high. But as you say, presentation is everything. You got to start with the shiny at the end. You put lying down. Glenfiddich Grand Cru, 23-year-old cuvee cask finish. The two little glasses that come with it. I mean, look at them. Now I reckon it'll probably look a bit mad drinking whiskey out of that, Katie.
You're not, yeah, I know, but they're just for show.
But you're not going to drink whiskey out of it. Actually, there wouldn't be a lot in it, no matter what's in it. I mean, you're not drinking coffee out of it. I presume it's for grand cuvées and champagnes and stuff like that. But I mean, they're fairly dainty, and I've only got wee girly hands. But I mean, they're not. You're not getting drunk on that. Or if you are, your arm will be tired. You'll have to lift your hand up and down so many times, you know. Sinead, that Grand Cru, I mean, it's on a revolving centre pedestal thing. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't it really, really great presentation? I always loved the Glenfiddich with the angular bottle as well. There's another one of them there. 21-year-old Reserva rum cask finish.
And they're cool because they open both sides.
They open both sides, the back side as well.
The back
okay,
as well,
cool,
yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, it's cool.
And again, it's got the angular bottle, but look at the presentation. We had another one last month, wasn't it, with all the colours, Glenfiddich as well. That was really, beautiful. Really pretty as well. So they are one of the better ones, and they've got the stag and the whole Highland sort of Scotch whiskey. Arr. Anyhow, speaking of Islay whiskies, or Highland, look at this thing. Look at that. Isn't that a presentation and a half?
It's a cool box.
And that's got a full 70 cl bottle of Ardbeg, 10-year-old, and a 50 cl bottle of Ugadal, which is their, I think, their special edition. Any ideas?
Yeah. Give it to the professional.
Yeah. You know me, I just rawr, pull it apart.
Brute force and ignorance.
And I've got loads of both. Again, lovely presentation. Not a mad expensive thing, but it's just a lovely presentation as well.
It's eye-catching.
Yeah, it is eye-catching as well. So, and then it's got all the Celtic thingy stuffy on it. We flagged that one the other day, the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. It's got the gold and shiny on it, right up Katie Street.
It's called Rose Gold, actually.
Rose Gold. Excuse me, I'm so out of touch.
That's cute.
Isn't that cute? Edredure, straight from the cask, Sauterne cask finish. I mean, look at that. Isn't it just deadly? 11-year-olds, bottled by hand, as opposed to bottled by AI or anything like that.
It's from the smallest Scotch distillery.
Yeah, that's they claim that, but I reckon there's a few more up or anything.
There might be in people's gardens.
There might be in people's gardens and stuff like that. 56.8%, only 433 bottles, bottled on the 21st of March 2011. Into the cask in 2008, out of the cask 2011. What's that? 3, Jesus. Oh no, that's the second maturation. Alright, I was going to say. It's an 11-year-old. How are they claiming that? I wasn't reading it right. That's the second maturation, the finishing of in the Sauternes cask. Which reminds me, actually, there is a bottle of Sauternes in this month's auction. We never really normally take wine. We've refused wine constantly. But I thought it would be appropriate, or I thought it was suitable for the auction, is because there's so many wines now, whiskies coming now, Sauternes finish. I mean, Bushmills have it. Cooley had one. There's the Teeling 24-year-old, the Sauternes cask. So there's so many of it. So this is a Chateau blah 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 blah.
You even blah 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 with a French accent.
But it's rather pricey. I mean, we were doing a bit of homework on it, and it's 400 and 500 quid a bottle for a bottle of wine.
Lovely.
Now again, the wine guys have always, I mean, the prices that wine gets in auctions and premium wines get dwarfs the whiskey world, but we're holding our own. Macallan, they are the poster child of
Scotch whiskey.
High-end Scotch whiskey. I mean, literally what they don't do. I mean, some of their presentations, I've always felt, since I've seen the silent distilleries, since I've seen the Chosen, since I've seen the real ultra high-end, ultra premium Irish whiskey ones, that they've looked at the Scotch and seen some of them.
100%.
Some of them, those, the one I have in my office, what's the Macallan? The glass, the crystal crowd. Anyhow, they make it. And then there's even some of the older ones that open out, and it's lovely. The M's and Black M's. I'm not joking. I'm still recovering from the whiskey buzz. I'm still not the better of it. Glenfiddich, again, we have just that one. We forgot to mention that. You like this one. The Snow Phoenix. Again, lovely presentation. Limited edition bottle. They've been getting some good prices in auctions as well. You got it?
I got it.
You got it? And then we shall look at the Japaneses. They've always been sort of fairly good at, I mean, probably one of my favourite bottles for presentation is the Hibiki. I always like the Hibiki. The 21 sided bottle. There's some logic reason behind it, something to do with something that does say it on it, does it?
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. 24 seasons. No. 24 facets of the bottles, the signs. There you go. 24 seasons. Somebody better tell them Japan's traditional calendar. Okay. And then the rice paper cover and all that sort of stuff. Lovely presentation. And they make lovely ornaments. Stick a wee candle in them. Lovely.
Oh, battery operated lights.
Cool too. Lovely, yeah. Yamazaki and the Taketsuru. I mean, again, lovely presentation. Gorgeous presentation. That's it. We're sort of going to finish up on the presentation thing. So I think we carried that theme right throughout the week.
Yes,
we
tried.
Sufficiently discussed it. There is Jack Daniels. I mean, the Americans are sort of slowly catching on to it, and they're doing their mad presentations. There is a few Jack Daniels and stuff like that. Irish whiskies, you revert to things like new creative designs, like the Waterfords themselves, the blue bottles, the glass stopper, all that sort of stuff. So they've been really good at that as well. But I mean, one of the things that I tried to emphasise this week was that the presentation is everything these days as well.
Yeah.
You can achieve it with a fairly entry level bottle of whiskey, and they're the ones that stand out in the shelves, and then to the ultra premium stuff, even as high as the silent distillery. But if you're spending 40 odd thousand or 50 odd thousand or whatever it is, you'd want it to look pretty, wouldn't you?
Oh, you would.
Yes, so that's the things with that. But there is so many other options and all that covered by so many of the other brands. I mean, again, Scotch, I think some of them Glenfiddichs and that, they're not all that expensive and they're just pretty to look at. You imagine, again, a nice wall display with a few bottles in it and have them open. I have a few of those Glenfiddichs, Glenmorangis as well. I have a fair few Glenmorangis open. I have a lot of whiskey open.
We discussed this also.
Right.
And you denied it.
I'm not denying the fact that
now you're after admitting to it.
Well, it's not that I'm admitting to it. It's just that there's a lot of. I mean, it's for research purposes, Katie. It is for research purposes. And we're getting there. We're just, I'm nearly know what I'm talking about, but probably don't.
Haven't a clue.
Exactly. We are going live tomorrow, Friday. We have 2 charity items. We have the Friends of Walsh Distillery. Their first ever release for that group. It's a Riders Tears, is it? Riders Tears?
No, it's an Irishman.
It's an Irishman. Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't see everything. And then there's Tim was down with us from Copeland yesterday, and they've got a bottle that is being actually released tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's another charity bottle. They're raising a few pound for
an AED.
A defibrillator that they want stationed beside their distillery because they're on the harbour.
It's going to be attached to the wall of the distillery.
So I think that's a great cause as well. So we're happy to back that. But until tomorrow, can I go now?
Of course you can.
Bye.
Bye.